MAREP worked in 50 targeted rural communities throughout the 7 parishes of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, through various intervention strategies geared towards the reduction of rural poverty and vulnerability of rural young, unemployed, or self-employed men and women.
The government is cognizant of the fact that a revitalized and efficient agricultural and rural development sector is a critical component of its development agenda if it's going to achieve the reduction in poverty, if it's going to achieve improvement in the livelihoods of the rural communities in particular. So that's the backdrop of MAREP. So MAREP is set up to essentially address these issues. And how we went about achieving this is to establish 2 critical components, a business development component and a component that focuses on development of young people through vocational skills training and employment, creation of employment for them.
Under the Market Access Enterprise Development component, rural businesses and micro-enterprises were established and strengthened through investments totaling $2.7 million EC across 87 projects under the Rural Investment Fund. Project areas included aquaponics, honey production, fishing, poultry, agro-food processing, ecotourism, composting, small ruminants, sewing services, arts and crafts, and irrigation.
It's one of the best things that could ever happen in the community, because from nowhere, MAREP bring hope. And we know that we have seen progress. We have chicks selling, because we sell chick last week or week before. The first set we make $8,000 something. The second set $7,000 something, which I think is hope. And then now a few people in the community employ. So I think it's one of the best things that could have ever happened.
We, with the assistance of MAREP, we was able to get our roof redone. We was able to get doors, because they had no doors in the building, no windows, binoculars to enhance the viewing experience of the stone, cameras, still cameras. MAREP was able to get a sign, right? So MAREP gave us an overall restoration of the building, and if it wasn't for MAREP and the funding, I don't think this would have been possible.
I had an old ironing board, a weak ironing board, and MAREP sponsored, they donated this one to me. My iron was a much smaller, cheaper version that could not do the work. And it is MAREP who granted me with this one. It does the job very, very well. And prior to MAREP donating this machine to me, I had to do the stitches on the clothing with this machine, which was only a zigzag. And that was not so neat at all. In fact, it was horrible.
When I do hear about MAREP, they pass around and thing and decide they say having a meeting by Buffy. You know, I'm going to explain for us what they intend to do and what again. I say, wow, this is a nice, something. I say, well, I love that because I find as if I hear action about to come up. And since after that, it was a big upliftment for me. And I really, really appreciate that. And by going to the workshop in MAREP, they teach you how to save. So you learn a lot how to save. According to the amount of money you make, you spend this in feed and you could afford to save something else. So once again, big up to MAREP. I learned a lot. I learned how to save and everything.
Under the human and social capacity building component, MAREP helped empower rural communities and organizations through the provision of vocational and skills training to approximately 700 youth in over 18 occupational areas. 482 graduated with Level 2 Caribbean vocational qualifications. Of them, 186 are currently employed.
It was consists of a lot of different training otherwise than the mechanical aspect. It had a lot of life skill and all of that, so a lot of ethical training towards of grooming yourself towards the workplace and how you should conduct yourself also.
I did general construction with MAREP, and basically the training I got with MAREP on the general construction is very useful and important because I end up doing the same stuff at my company which I apply now, Queen's Company, and generally everything I've learned there, I have to put everything into practice at that company.
At the time I was going to school, but I was in the Lamwood Youth Group at St. George's Estate, and then Karim Salha bring the news to the group and say that there's a MAREP course going out, level 2 CVQ at housekeeping. So I take the course and I go through it for the whole, for 6 months theory and 2 months on the job. And overall it was successful because I learned a lot. I learned how to interact with people, and I get myself a permanent job at the Blue Horizon Garden Resort.
Additionally, support was provided to assist persons in writing resumes and applications and helping them find jobs through job placement initiatives.
One of the problems facing agriculture, particularly in rural communities, is access to financing. Critical area providing grant financing for startup capital to many young people in several communities.
Through a Memorandum of Understanding with Grenada Development Bank, a credit line was established to facilitate access to suitable commercial financing. 10 loan applications were approved under GDB's Small Business Fund.
I heard about MAREP was assisting small farmers by assisting them with small business loan. A friend of mine got introduced to that. So I told him, well, I'm doing a small thing. I only have a pen of, could hold 3 pigs. He said, man, check MAREP. MAREP will assist you. I then contact Mr. Lessie, and he was a great help to me. He came and see my site. We worked on the business plan. Miss Boney and I worked together, and I was able to get funded from the Grenada Development Bank through Mr. Bain, which make me happy, and I expand my farm.
I get to understand that MAREP was organizing a soft loan for farmers, small farmers, and I went to the program, take some courses with them, and come through. The loan finally approved, which make it much easier. I happened to get a brand new pump with all the lines, the drip lines and the fittings and everything. With MAREP help, through GDB, I was able to spread out a wide area and to a big assistance.
MAREP financed the construction and/or rehabilitation of 17 farm access roads and 2 bridges in Grenada and Carriacou at a total cost of approximately 3.1 million EC dollars in order to support improved access of farmers to their lands.
Well, roughly it's about 15 farmers I know in there. I don't know if you have more, but it's about 15, and most of them, like about 3 or 4 of them was operating lately. But as we start doing the road, they could access it now, so most of the guys come in with a truck, whatever they have. If you didn't have a 4-wheel drive, you couldn't come through here. So now everybody come through here and they start cleaning all the farms over there. With hopes that we're going to finish it and then they will continue with the farming. So that's a plus so far.
This road is right now is very big asset to us, and it's a good convenient. Why? We have transport, and before the transport could have come all the way out there now. But right now, it is so convenient to us. My son come right there, from here to there, the cocoa is here. And then that gives the land plenty more value than before. So I congratulate him. I could say the people who donated this money for the road, I am very happy and I'm very pleased, I'm very thankful.
It's very important that that road was done by MAREP, and the government is very appreciative. The benefits it brings to the farm in terms of transportation, the road was sometimes impassable, and the produce coming from this farm that service marketing board and this other supermarket in St. George's, when the product would have reached to the destination, you have a lot of damages. Now the road is much better, then you would have more product that would be accepted into the market.
Development is about people at 2 levels. One, the people that you're empowering, the people that you're working with, and then you have the staff, the professional practitioners that must deliver this training and this support. And I want to compliment 22 young persons, mainly living in rural communities, that have come together, developed themselves, and provided the talent required to ensure that the development objectives of MAREP were achieved. This was a big deal, so I want to congratulate the staff on this accomplishment.